Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that now a first down throw. Watson able to shake him off. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Aaron Donald. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
And a healthy gain of 8 here. They double their workspace out to the 16.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fit and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Watson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them.
Well, that should be. Oh, I feel like he could have just down smashed, to be honest. Cover both options. Can't do it again. Do it again. Even if he blocked that, he would have broke his shield, I think.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Goff. Over the middle, complete. That's Lamb. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
55, Mike, 55. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Yo.
On 1st and 10, Goff. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
Hello?
Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They begin the
Lamar?
Johnson fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter.
Why is fucking you so quiet?
But there's got to be one positive.
I'm in the middle of a game right now. What's up?
Laterally,
Oh, my bad.
creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. From the gun, here's Watson.
Bless you.
The catch made by DeAndre
Bless you.
Hopkins. A pickup
Are you
of
not streaming? It says you're streaming.
They all came together there.
I'm not streaming on
Drove
Twitch.
it with excellent pace.
Oh, what you streaming on? YouTube?
Right there to move the sticks.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody.
I only stream on YouTube in this league because they require that you stream your games.
Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
YouTube is the only one that I got that actually records my streams right now.
Throwing again, it's Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stick.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and
What's your
long,
YouTube
and you've got
name?
a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Just type my name into YouTube. I don't know my username.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. Gurley's got the 1st down and then some. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, there'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Back to throw, Goff. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the 1st quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Right?
Blitz coming, and down he goes. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack.
Pick that off, goddammit.
Incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now Watson. And Watson's going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Oh, shit.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whichever is going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, not a lot going on that first play.
Oh, he went big nickel, you
Anticipation
fucker.
was felt also by the defense.
Safe. DC. Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
I fucked up.
They find some open field here. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed
You couldn't just stiff arm him?
game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling.
He was behind me.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley,
I wasn't gonna Adrian Peterson it. Yeah, this is just fine.
You gotta throw a certain number of times here again.
Yep.
Throwing the out route incomplete.
But actually,
Wow, he's sticking to this bear, huh?
I'm not sure. No, that was 44.
In possession as they got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. 6 yards was
I don't really know if I gotta throw a certain amount of times in this
Here's
league.
2nd and 4.
There's Watt. Okay, he ain't got nothing else really. So this may or may not be open.
They go play action with Gurley. Now gone. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Here's Goff. And able to catch it on the left side.
What are you, dude? Keenan Allen, what the fuck, bro?
Incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Dude, what the fuck?
A possession catch.
Here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away.
Get your fucking feet down. Jesus Christ, Keenan.
And a nice
What difficulty is this on?
Automatic.
Yeah, focus kicker or something?
Johnny Hecker does, yeah.
And that allows their punt team to
I think I hate that.
and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
That could be worse.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line.
Oh, this is a
Give him a
formation.
couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. On the ground, this is Johnson. Accelerating and off
I feel
he
like
goes.
this is probably overpowered in
He's
that,
at the
isn't
50,
it?
the 30, 20, 10.
Yep.
Touchdown, Houston. Duke Johnson, 91 yards. And the Texans have taken the lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down LA.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Super one. Watch, twist. 4 down. Twist. 3 and 1. 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 3
He's got the first down and more past midfield. An excellent run of 22 yards on the keeper and also a first down.
Pretty nice play here.
Run, Jared.
Read the defensive end, and when he claps down inside,
I said Jared ain't no slouch.
keeping it, and not only getting to the second level, but picking up some really nice
He's
yards.
79 or 80?
12.
I don't like this.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Now a first down throw. Gone. Dumps it off to Gurley. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I'll be get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
To throw is gone. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
And that was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
51's the mic. Switch.
I got the wrong fucking play.
Goff on 3rd down. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And down inside the 15 goes. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 13-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Here's Goff. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season. So on 4th down, here comes Greg Zuerlein to try and get 3 for the Rams. From the right hash, this from 48. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to fix things there.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Madden don't give a fuck, huh? That's penalty all day in the real NFL. Not that it should be.
An incomplete pass leads to
Clean
2nd
hit.
and 10 from the 25.
That's what I'm saying.
Now Watson throwing again. It's complete to Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, You often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Bro, what the fuck?
Off of play action, it's Watson. He'll buy some time right. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go.
How fast is Deshaun in this game?
From the red zone now, Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field. And the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Ugh, y'all playing on competitive?
This league does.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah,
and the Rams got it. They bring him down. Aaron Donald in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Back to throw, Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw is Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Huh.
You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Value 3, value 3.
Both of them blitzing.
From the 50, it's gone. Eluding the pressure right.
Where the fuck are you going?
Incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go around.
Jesus.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. They got him in. It's Woods. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left.
I'm sure that's not exactly where you wanted the ball to go.
No, absolutely not.
Because I'm like, all right, bullet pass right out of this cut, and you good. And that's all the ball went, and I'm like, oh my god.
So bad.
So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
I'm gonna start doing other shit.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep
I don't need that one.
in third and long situations.
Maybe
they
an
just took another
extra
sack right
second.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Fuck
Not
me.
a lot of positive grades will be handed out.
Man, it's JJ.
I don't give a fuck.
Third and long. It's gone. He's going to fire one deep. Middle.
What the fuck?
For the 4th time today. Picked up by Justin Reed. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way inside the 20. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it
I'm so confused.
Oski, everyone
That's a
turn
competitive
around,
shit.
find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
A first down carry here for Johnson. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Well, that was a thing.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Watson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
So he goofed where he should have actually just hit a touch pass, and I wouldn't have been able to do anything about it.
They
Yeah,
haven't
it's the
made
same
much
thing
of
he
this
scored
great
on
starting
earlier.
field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Johnson. Oh, come on, bro.
He's in. Touchdown, Houston. Duke Johnson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
That shit make no sense.
So the call's made by Sean McVay. They're going to go for 2. Operating from the gun, Watson.
It's interesting that when it comes to conversions, even heavy run
That's a big. That's such a bad decision.
In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
It would have been better to take the sack.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
If only if it wasn't a linebacker that picked it up, I would have fucking
The
scored.
LA offense
Yeah.
ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
And now here's another interception.
Competitive privilege,
Picked
man.
up by
I swear.
Dylan Cole. The interception woes, they just continue to mount.
Dog, what the fuck?
5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence.
You would have been better off if you didn't change that play. Your R1 was just streaky downfield with nobody with him.
And then he did an in cut.
My R1 was also my fucking tight end.
Ah.
Did slow zone.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
Is that David Johnson? He there already?
It's Duke Johnson.
I know.
After the run, Watson
Was he in a Wildcat?
He finds Hopkins.
Yeah, he was.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
See,
And they will not get
my
a chance.
players aren't lining up right, and I don't know why. Because I don't know why John Johnson or DeAndre Hopkins. Well, that might explain the shit.
Your slot corner.
Yeah, I don't know if that even, I don't even know if they even should have played a factor in it. Like I got it based off overall, so like what the fuck?
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Get out the way.
7 now from the 28.
Woo. Yo. Echo.
And my goodness, another interception. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. What a nightmarish game. He's having now 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Aaron Donald has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. They're in some hot water now after that sack.
What the fuck
It's
is
second
that?
and 21. Watson now to throw. And the catch made by Hopkins. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club and one we talk about all the time. In football, puts you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins there to make the grab. And the Texans turn that interception into a touchdown. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Goff now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
You want to step up. Like, Jesus.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outpace themselves a little bit.
What are you about to do after this game?
Seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and then get anywhere.
I was gonna go watch SNL until everybody gets here. I didn't know if he was leaving.
It'll be a 39-yard punt.
It might be here, it might not.
And the
I can't really say.
Texans football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call the put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Caught left side, Hopkins. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down. Faking the give. Now Watson going deep for Hopkins. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Back now in Los Angeles. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Hello?
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden
this is competitive, right?
In the red zone.
The fuck was that shit?
That was an X Factor being activated.
They follow up a gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. The run over
Not gonna do about that. X Factors on competitive mean a lot more than what they do on fucking simulation.
From the gun, here's Watson. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
The Texans on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Watson. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
A loss of 2 there. Second down. A shotgun snap for Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Back to throw, Goff. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. This is fielded at the 27. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. Now Johnson. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 37, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
What's going on?
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Come on, D.
And they will take a knee here.
I don't know where our other 2 friends are. I just woke up from a nap, so.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually. Things are working.